Hello everyone, my name is Mayan. Today I will going to analyze the first half part. So now let's start. Teachers and the students greet each other in the beginning of the class. This is to inform the students that the class was beginning. So at first, our teacher showed the students video of Africa wild animal in the Africa Safari Park. This is to use video to attract students' attention and stimulate students' awareness of the content of the video. This will make it easier for students to think that the next knowledge teacher will teach may be related to animal species. From here we can see it used cognitive theory. After the students watch the video, our teacher will ask the students to list the living and non-living things in the video. Next, our teacher will introduce the topic and ask the students which of the things they list are countable nouns and which are uncountable nouns. This is to make students realize that the countable nouns and uncountable nouns will be the main content of this class, which applied to 3A teaching theory awareness. Next, our teacher will ask the students to watch other video. The teacher will ask two questions to the students before they watch the video. Something like which qualifier are used. This is to test the students' understanding of the problem, followed by allowing students to analyze the problem and find the answer in the video. This kind of learning is more targeted. After the students find the answer by themselves, they compare the answer they found with the teacher's explanation and then conduct self-analysis to finally get the correct answer. Here was used the analysis in 3A approach. After the students watch the video, our teacher will ask students to answer question, and then the teacher use the visual diagram to explain the correct content in detail. Here was used Bloom's taxonomy teaching theory. Then enter the second part of activity. From the content of this activity, you can understand that the teacher asks students to select those countable nouns and uncountable nouns from the previously list, and then fill them in different form. It can be seen from the activity of filling in the form that this activity also used Bloom taxonomy teaching theory. At the same time, the teacher asked students to fill in the corresponding things. This is to give the students the initiative and let them to play boldly. Here was used the action in the 3A teaching theory. That's all for my part. Thank you for listening.
Okay, I'll be continuing with the analysis and critiques of the lesson simulation. So after the teacher confirmed that they have a basic understanding of countable nouns and uncountable nouns, she proceeded to the next activity, which is a speaking task that involves a situation where they need to write a summary on how they find their way back from being lost in the Lokawi Wildlife Park. They are asked to use correct articles and quantifiers to amplify the countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Well, other than the summary, if we look through the lesson plan, the students were supposed to draw a map to assist their explanation. However, due to time limitation, the teacher was unable to conduct this activity. So they only proceeded with the summary. The students were given 15 minutes to prepare and were also encouraged to write down their points because the teacher found that they were reluctant in joining this activity. The teacher also reminded them that they can ask her questions if they have other inquiries during the 15 minutes. However, none of the students asked any questions. If we look back to why the teacher asked them to write down their points, this is because writing down the points can ease their process from learning countable and uncountable nouns to applying them into their speech. As a result, appropriateness occurs among the students as they make use of the knowledge that they have learned and convert it into their own. So after 15 minutes, The students took turns in presenting their work, although the students might have misunderstood the instruction because their work was not really onto the topic or instruction. But the teacher still gave praises, as it was a good start to encourage the students to accept learning English. The teacher believed that students can learn with less hindrance if they feel safe in learning the new knowledge. He related to Krashen's affective filter hypothesis, which stated that a positive attitude can reduce the affective filter, thus slowly let the learners put their guard down to accept the target language. However, the teacher forgot to point out the grammar mistakes made by the students, as she was too focused on teaching them the countable and uncountable nouns. So this is the part where future teachers should be careful with, as they are not only teaching a concept or a topic, but the language itself. Hence, the teacher should have remembered to correct the students' errors at least at the end of the class. However, the teacher might have forgotten it as time was running out. So yeah, we know memories kinds of play with us sometimes. To rectify this mistake, the teacher asked the students to hand in their work to her WhatsApp so that she will correct it for them and send it back to them. After finishing the speaking task, the teacher gave them an online assessment through quizzes. Quizzes is an online quiz platform that helps to overcome the problem of where the students cannot have face-to-face class for activities such as this. And this activity allows the students to practice the knowledge they have learned through the quiz or the questions that has been selected by the teacher. So the teacher promised an award to the students that achieved the highest score. The main objective of this was to motivate the students to really digest what they have learned, what that they have listened, to ensure they score well in the quiz. This action have both pros and cons, but we do not encourage doing this repetitively. We want to motivate the students intrinsically, not extrinsically. After the quiz, the teacher discussed the questions that they have answered incorrectly so that they understood their errors and repair the information that they have saved in their LAD to prevent future mistakes. So before ending the class, the teacher reminded them to send the pictures of their work to her WhatsApp. She also asked for their feedback to the lesson. This is to further improve the teacher's teaching, as she still need a lot of work to do to make sure her class is effective. So, but they said that they enjoyed the class and learned a lot from it. However, the teacher remained skeptical of their feedbacks, as she knew that she did some mistakes and still have a lot to improve. So that's all from this part for the analysis of the lesson simulation.